Very good evening. Thanks for clicking on to the Wednesday edition of Vogan's European Outlook. I talked in the last video about the MJO and the significance of the strength, the amplification of this pulse of energy, the enhanced convection that circles the tropical portion of the planet here, and how it's rotating through from phases 7, 8, very, very powerful during phases 1 and into 2, and that has really been the reason why we've seen such strong blocking during the springtime, which delivered, of course, the very dry April, the currently pretty wet May, and indeed the persistent cold throughout the month of throughout the spring season overall. Now, of course, the spring itself is not going to be one of the coldest in a generation or on record for the UK, and the reason why is because we've seen some very significant warmth towards the end of March, which has taken a dent in the overall spring mean temperature. When you compile the continent of Europe, it's going to be interesting to see how it stacks up against history in terms of temperature. But certainly for the UK, you have to focus really on the month of April and May. Combine the two, and we could be talking about the coldest May, since the 1990s for the British Isles here. But this Madden-Julian oscillation has been a real player in the spring season. Like I say, very strong. The further out this line is, the stronger and more amplified and more influential, in a sense, this has on the overall global weather pattern. It's not just local, it's global when it comes to this kind of scenario. And this is the projected accumulated rainfall globally over the next 10 days. And you can see here that really, over the last month or so, the focus of the heaviest rains has been East Africa, western and central portions of the Indian Ocean. Of course, we had the severe cyclone that ran up the west coast of India, bringing record rain, but not just record rain, it also brought record cool temperatures as well. Like I say, at this time of the year, you typically peak the pre-monsoon heat across northwestern India and into Pakistan. Temperatures widely, usually in the 40s, even the upper 40s at this time of the year. But temperatures in these areas that you would typically see that have only been in the 20s and the 30s, which is a massive drop in temperature. And it's been generally based on the fact that we've had this cyclone, all the rain, all the cloud cover, and the wind has really taken a dent in the temperature. But the notice here that the focus of convection, of precipitation, is now starting to shift into the eastern Indian Ocean basin, through southeastern Asia, the maritime continental region, so through Indonesia here, and even into the West Pacific. We're starting to see the Madden-Julian oscillation progress into phases 2, 3, and even 4 here. And the reason why I'm talking about this, folks, is because this has an impact on our weather, even here in the UK and Europe. Because what we've got here is, this is the 2 meter temperature anomaly globally. And of course you can see the continuation of chill across Europe. But folks, see, when you look at the India, this is the influence, this is the direct consequence of that cyclone that rammed into the western side of India here. It is significantly cooled the temperatures. But what it is doing is it's driving a tremendous amount of heat and energy northwards and forcing the build-up of high pressure along the north coast here, along the north coast of Asia and Europe here. And it's been generating temperatures that really, quite honestly, you would expect to see further south. So upper 20s, even low 30s in parts of Russia. Temperatures warmer than what they are in India. So and it's both a consequence of the one feature here, and that is that tropical cyclone. So it's pumping high pressure, it's pumping heat up into the north, into the Arctic region, and it's continuing to force blocking here over the northern hemisphere here. So the tropics have been playing a massive role in the extremity of this spring season so far. And of course, downstream of that record-breaking heat across the heart of Russia, we've got record cold conditions here. Of course, warm conditions across southeastern Asia, because where you've got the air rising, you've got the air sinking further east, and of course with sinking air and strong sunshine, you've got very hot temperatures. Much of North America has been fairly chilly so far. But as we skip through the sequence, you'll start to see that we start to lose the blues as the Madden-Julian oscillation starts to track in towards the maritime continent and into the western Pacific basin. So in a sense, what we're going to see is we're going to see a shift in the upper air pattern further north. So the tropics is driving the driving mechanism behind the pattern, but it's shifting the upper air heights across the northern portions of the planet here. And what we're going to start to see is we're going to start to see the cool easing and the warmth becoming more widespread across the continent of Asia, a larger area of above normal temperatures according to the GFS ensemble. We also start to lose the cool across the eastern half of the United States. We're going to start to see the very areas that were coolest during the first half of May, i.e. the Northern Plains, Great Lakes, the Northeast. We're seeing record warmth now taking place here, and it's all in response to the shift going on within the Indian Ocean here. And even for the UK, we're going to start to see eventually, after we see another area of low pressure moving into the UK off the Atlantic over the next 24 to 36 hours, we're going to eventually see through next week, not this upcoming weekend, next week, high pressure starting to build in from the Atlantic here. And again, all in a downwind response to the Madden-Julian oscillation shifting from phases 1, 2 and 3 into 3, 4 and 5. And that of course means that we're shifting the focus of convection, the energy, the heat from the western side of the Indian Ocean to the eastern side in through the Indonesia region and into the western Pacific basin here as well. In terms of temperature, I'm not overly enthusiastic with regards to heat at this time. I don't really see anything major in terms of hot weather. The biggest difference is going to be the fact that we're going to revert from low pressure to high pressure and settle things down. And like I say, it's next week. We've still got a few days to go just yet. So that's it for today. Hope you have a great Wednesday evening, and I'll be back in the next couple of days with more. Bye for now.